of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen. My dear faithful, tomorrow begins the month of May. May 2017. May 2017, May 1917. 100 years ago, exactly, Our Lady, for the first time, appeared in Fatima. When we go around the country with the Mary Missions Tour and bring Our Lady to all the people of goodwill, then, first of all, we must be ourselves convinced that we not only carry with us a beautiful statue surrounded with magnificent flowers. You know very well that after the apparitions in Fatima in 1917, the first statues were made, and immediately afterwards, something incredible happened. The statues were brought to other places. And wherever the statue of Our Lady was brought, and the people would fulfill the will of Our Lady and heed their requests, you know very well, say the Rosary every day, consecrate yourself to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, consecrate your families, consecrate your business, consecrate your institutions, consecrate your barangays, consecrate your countries. In that moment, innumerable graces, you cannot even count them, were given through the mediation of Our Lady. We cannot even calculate what happened in the first 50 years after Fatima. In the first 50 years after Fatima, Our Lady's statue went all over the world. What we do here with the Mary Missions Tour, beginning in Malbel, over Mindanao, later and now here, and afterwards Iloilo and Luzon until Manila and Baguio, all this has been done before. The Peregrinatio Mariae, which is the Latin expression of Mary Missions Tour, were instituted in all countries over the world. And Our Lady visited, yes, Our Lady visited all these people. It's incredible, it's always the same statue. The same statue which doesn't move, which doesn't speak, which is silent. Our Lady with her incredible loving eyes, looking into your eyes and to eyes of everybody who during these last 100 years approached her. She doesn't say anything, but these eyes speak more than a whole book. Her hands in this statue lifted up into prayer, begging pardon for our sins, asking our Lord for the pity and mercy for the poor sinners we are all since the last 100 years. And she said, her head inclined towards us, the crown on her head to show that is our Queen, this is our Mother. And this Mother and Queen appears now. She's there as a statue. The unbelievers, they just laugh. You put yourself a statue of plastic around you. You are stupid. What a statue of plastic, of wood, what will help to the people? Well, you will say, my friend, this is a symbol. This is a sign. Behind this sign is an invisible presence. And this presence is Our Lady. What happened? America, Our Lady's statue passes. All the countries of America, many are Protestants. Everywhere Freemasonry, everywhere abandon of faith, everywhere immorality, impurity, and especially this horrible, the most horrible of that what is of the devil. To make you believe that there is no heaven, there is no hell, and the life after our little life on earth doesn't mean anything. What you have to do is to find your little paradise on earth, and to live happily now and here with most pleasures possible and the least work possible. That you have just a funny life of as much pleasures as you can give yourself. That's Freemasonry. That's the idea of the devil. That's liberalism. Do what you want. You want to eat, eat. You want to drink, drink. You want to have your pleasure, just as you wish. That's fine. You know very well that our times are just full of that. 100 years ago it was not yet like this, but it was starting everywhere in the world, and especially in America. In America, Our Lady statue comes. People who were lazy bones as we all are lazy, sleeping, saying in the Hail Mary with one eye sleeping, the other eye half open, and always during the sermons the same gesture. It's not yet over. Priest, you are too long with your sermons. I have other business to do. Boring religion, all that what I wanted to pray is a duty, and I don't like that. And after the Sunday Mass, finally I'm free with my obligations from God, and I can do what I want. This is American Catholicism in the 1940s, 50s. And these lazy people, suddenly Our Lady appears. And what happens? Look, my dear friends, everybody changes. It's like an electric shock. It's like a lightning from heaven. These people suddenly wake up. You are a Catholic. You know what you are. You are the child of this mother. You are the slave of this queen. You must enter in her army. You must go and found this army of Our Lady. In America they founded the Blue Army of Our Lady of Fatima. And afterwards the Legion of Mary and the Militia Immaculatae. And these great movements with the same goals suddenly changed the people. And these lazy bones, and you know who was the most excited, the most generous, the most fervent? The children. The children, because Our Lady appealed to little children. And 7-year-old girls and boys, 9-year-old boys, they would take the example of Francesco, Jacinta, and Sister Lucy, little Lucy. And Mother would understand, I have a great job to do. I must help Mother Mary to save souls. And what happens? You can imagine, every year in America, full of Freemasonry, full of these pleasure ideas, hundreds, thousands of conversions from Protestantism, from all kinds of false religions to the Catholic faith. So much that never before in the history of the world so much conversions in just shorter time. And not only America. In Great Britain, can you imagine that in Great Britain there were mostly Protestants, and suddenly people converted. Outstanding literates, outstanding musicians, outstanding philosophers, people of the highest class of intelligence. Before Protestants, unbelievers, atheists, change. You can read their books. Their names is Douglas Hyde, Hamish Fraser, and others who may you know or not if you know the literature. These people found the faith through Our Lady of Fatima. And not only these, but all over the world. There is no country in the world, I repeat, no country in the world, which would have not got that electric shock from the presence of Our Lady. This was 50 years of glory. And you see in these 50 years an incredible fight, an incredible growing war. The war is that the powers of evil got stronger and stronger. The Freemasons, one hand, the communists, another hand, and all they wanted to get. And the Catholic Church was oppressed, outside first and afterwards inside. The enemy went inside the church and started to do the same stories in order to corrupt the priests, the bishops, and the faithful, and especially the intelligent ones. And that was horrible. But wherever the little statue of Our Lady appeared, the humble statue and the humble prayers, the humble practices you do before her and with her, these little peregrinations, these little pilgrimages, these Mary missions tours, as simple as it is, put Our Lady on a carroza, walk with her from barangay to barangay, and suddenly you see it yourself. You see what happens. That fathers have no possibility to make enough brown scapulars. We had never such a thing in our life. We command scapulars all over the world, and the whole world asks us, what's happening in the Philippines? Never in my life we have needed so much brown scapulars. Because the people need it. And why do people need it? Because Our Lady comes and touches their hearts. Look, when fathers come here, wherever you come, you put Our Lady, and it's the same thing. The people in the beginning, they look, like somebody, what's that? Like yesterday, the guy in the hotel said, what a great parade. Well, it's not a parade, it's a pilgrimage. Good. But now, the people, you approach them, our good legionaries, our good fervent Knights of the Immaculatae give a flyer. Now the people in Cebu know even Our Lady, the lady from the shop besides, and between selling their little things, she reads the flyer. And afterwards the statue comes and these people get touched by Our Lady. Before that hadn't even thought about God, maybe during years. You see, my dear friends, that's not new. That happened before. That happened 50 years long, when Our Lady in triumph went all over the world. And this is that tradition we continue now. This is exactly what we have to do. And how many people in these 51st years, in the 51st years of 100 of Fatima after the apparitions, how many people, they were, let me say, so greatly enthusiastic, and how many saints. Look, my dear friends, you can imagine that all these Catholics who were sleeping before, many of them gave all what they had, gave all what they can in order to serve Our Lady. And suddenly, look, families, the young people got strong. They were not anymore afraid. Oh, I am Catholic, and I am disturbed, and I am persecuted. I am Catholic, and if you want to be cursed with me, do it. I am ready to fight for Our Lady. That's what we hear when we see all this history. It's marvelous if you read that. And then comes the second 50 years, because we have 100 years now. And suddenly, it's just a crash down totally. What happened? How can it be that 50 years Our Lady is just the wonderful mother touching the hearts of millions and millions of people all over the world? And now, suddenly finished. Since 50 years we do not hear about that anymore. There is no Mary, has been no Mary missions tour, nowhere in the world, if not organized by ourselves. And all over the world, the devotion to Our Lady crashes. The people forget. And immediately what happens? In the Philippines, most of them fall into the hand of the sects, become Protestants. Many more lose the faith, become indifferent, and follow all the wonderful, beautiful strategy of Mr. Devil. And Mr. Devil will say you that, what the Freemasons told you since 200, 300 years. And it's the same thing all the time. Live your pleasure life, do what you want, and be especially happy in this world. And the rest is not interesting. No, my friends, we must here also react as our ancestors reacted 100 years ago. We must bring Our Lady of Fatima in this 100th anniversary again to her glory, to her great, great, great impact she has and she wants to have. I see in the Philippines during the last month there are miracles of conversions. Do you not see that? But you see, the priests know that. When people come to confession, when was my last confession, Father? I don't remember. 50 years, 20 years, 15 years. Because nobody told them. Nobody should wake them up. Well, we cannot wake them up. We're just little nothings. But Our Lady wakes them up. Our Lady touches the hearts. And now look, you will feel yourself in our little army, Father, after so many months we are getting tired. I cannot carry the carroza all my life. Well, you are not obliged to carry the carroza all your life and to walk with Our Lady all your life. But this year is special. And in this year especially, you sanctify your souls. In this year especially, we want to bring to the footstep of Our Lady many, many souls. Don't try to count them. Don't try to think how many. It will be much more than ever you think, because Our Lady's word is getting deep, deep in the soul, and only at the end of the world we will see how much good such a Marian missions tour did in the Philippines. And you know, my friends, that what happens here in this country is incredible. All the world is looking towards us. The Bishop Conference of this country got for the first time interested in the tradition, because visibly these people, these 10 priests in the Philippines do more than the 1,000 priests in the whole dioceses and the parishes, where you have nothing like that. What happens? You see, of course, it's not that what we wish. We would wish the same thing what we had 2 days ago, that one bishop in France, he said, now it's finished with this diabolization to make the society like devils. Now I, bishop in the diocese, Carcassonne, I will give to the priest of the society of St. Pius X the rights to celebrate the marriages. I, the bishop, they can do it, and I ask my priests in each parish, when the priest of the SSPX comes, faithful want to be married, they have to open the churches and the priest can celebrate that. Nobody asks that for them. But you see, that's Our Lady's work. It's 2017. It's just one bishop. We would like to have the same thing in the Philippines. But therefore we must pray it. In the meanwhile, you must understand that here is something very deeply going on. And that is first of all in your own soul. You must understand that now you are in the middle of the fight. It means two things. First thing is that you are specially attacked by the devil. The devil is angry. He's just crazy on you. And therefore, when he sees what happens here with Mary's Missions Tour, he wants just to kill you spiritually, to make these divisions into amongst you, to fill your heart with jealousy, with bad thoughts, with anger, and all kinds of stupid things. Be strong, be generous, detect the strategy of the devil, and show him your tongue. That is what you have to do when he comes. Or show him your fists. I will not give in your stupid invitations. I have other things to do than to think all the times about my co-workers and about my other faithful. I have to think how to save souls, how to be the instrument in the hands of the Immaculatae. Even if I don't like my neighbor, I like him, I love him in the Lord Jesus Christ, and go on. And that is the first trap you have to avoid. So think very often. If something bad happens in your heart, bad thoughts coming out, especially these dark clouds, everything goes bad, everything goes wrong, and these people are horrible. In these things, in this moment, stand up and say, no, out devil, I don't want these thoughts. And immediately go to Our Lady, Mother Mary, clean my heart, clean myself, make myself free from all these attacks. Put these clouds, dark clouds away, and make my heart sunshine come in. Your sunshine, sunshine of your light. The second thing is that you are privileged, that you are specially loved by Our Lady. She said it herself, those who have the devotion to my Immaculate Heart, those who do what I ask for, then you will be specially loved by us, protected by Our Lady as nobody before in the world, and receiving in heaven a reward without end. A reward we have never thought about. You will be like flowers surrounding the throne of God. Have you seen these flowers surrounding the altar? You know, nobody is closer to the altar than the flowers. And you will be such flowers. Flowers surround the throne of God, where you find billions and billions of innumerable angels. And you are nothing and I am nothing. And suddenly I am privileged to be so close to the throne of God in such a glory, because I have had in my life a little devotion to Our Lady. My friends, we don't understand what she says, but we believe, and we are happy about that. Now, my friends, the last thing what I wanted to give you, and to ask you very much, it's important now. You can survive only if you are occupied with her. It's these 100 years, and especially Mary wishes to, whenever somebody comes close to Our Lady, in the moment when you are in her presence, when you work in her presence, when you work and she looks onto you and you look unto her, even not saying a word, you are not able to commit any sin. You are not able to do any evil. In the contrary, everything is done well. When do you commit sin? When do you commit evil? When you go out of God? When you run away from her? When you try to flee from her love? When you forget about her? When you get interested in all that what is against her? And here, all you here present, you are in the middle of the terrible fights. You have to choose either Our Lady or either your awful, stupid, and horrible movies. Yes, movies. That what disturbs your life, what makes you waste your time, and what makes you addicted to your stupid little thing you have all the time in your hands, and you use it most of the times not as you should. Use it reasonably. If you have to talk to somebody, if you have to write a text message, but not use it for your fun. Because if you use these things for your fun, you use it for your sins. And then you must know, Our Lady will help me. Nobody will get me out of this addiction. Nobody will get me out of this impurity. Nobody will get me out of this horrible, horrible chain with which the devil keeps me strongly to get me into hell and to let me lose the fight. And let me abandon the army of Our Lady. That's what is at stake with these movies and with this atmosphere of the world. Therefore, my friends, I propose you and I beg you, I implore you with all my heart, I ask you, be now in these months especially occupied with her. Take her seriously. If you need to use your YouTubes, take the YouTubes of Our Lady of Fatima. If you need to see a film, see a good film, but not often. Just once a week or once a month. But the other time, learn to read and to write. Learn to read again. To take a book. And especially take these books written about Fatima, which gives you so much understanding who she is. Who are you, O Immaculatae? You know, you go before her, you look into her eyes, you say a prayer before her. You know what she answers? My child, you don't know me. Mother Mary, I know you, I know pray the rosary, I pray the rosary. But you don't know me. You don't know what I say. And if you know what I say, you don't know what it means what I say. And therefore, I have given graces to my servants, to my poor instruments, to tell you what I say. This is what you have to do. These books about Fatima have been written especially for you. Have this resolution. Month of May, every day, one chapter, at least one page of these books. Of course, you must have it before if not, you cannot read them. Father, I have no money. Okay? But you have your mobile phone, yes? Oh, yes. Do you have your internet connection? Oh, yes. So you go on the website and you can download it to your wonderful mobile phone, and you have the whole book inside the mobile phone. And then instead of seeing your stupid movie, you will read the book about Fatima, and it doesn't cost you even not one peso. That's it. So look, my friends, we make it easy for you. If Our Lady makes it easy for you like that, and you don't reply to that, you must not be astonished that after this year you go to hell. It's over. The enemy is just about to crash Holy Mother Church. The enemy is about to bring over all the places. There are only little remnants, but they wake up all over the world. The Nights of the Immaculata, I see. 1 month ago I was in Mexico praying before Our Lady of Guadalupe. Next month I will be in Japan, and afterwards in Canada, and afterwards in Germany for the MI. and afterwards in Argentina and South America. Everywhere, the people want to follow Our Lady. And you have received so wonderful occasions now, and with this Mary Missions tour, you can do it. You have all what you need. And so I ask you, be now the example, let me say, like the showcase, you know, the showcase. I wanted to show to the people all over the world, look what Our Lady is able to do, and I want to show them, look, the Philippines. In the Philippines, this miracle happens. But that depends on you. That depends on you, my dear friends. So, my dear faithful, I ask you very much, in the name of Our Lady, on 100 years of your apparitions of Fatima, please decide yourself today with a very firm act of will, maybe during your Holy Communion, say to Our Lady, to our Lord, from now on, I want to be more than ever before your child, your slave, and especially your soldier and knight and legionary. I want to do what I have promised, and you almost all have promised, that you want to be Knights of the Immaculata, then you want to enter the apostolate, each one at his place, Cebu or somewhere else in the Philippines, to bring as much as possible souls to Our Lady by your prayers, by consoling our Lord Jesus Christ, Francisco, by having such a pity on the poor sinners, my poor sinners, to get them out from the way of hell and bring them to the way of heaven, Jacinta, and especially by your great love to the Immaculate Heart, to whom you want to have consecrated your barangay, and you do what you can. And if you have any influence, if you are a businessman and you know any governor or any responsible in this country, and you don't go to him and say to him that the Immaculate Heart waits for you to consecrate your business or your country or your state or whatever, your region, to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, then you are guilty. You should do that. If you have this influence and possibility, go and bring Our Lady to these people. That is what we have to do. The Immaculate Heart of Mary, she is our refuge and the way and the only way which leads us to God, to heaven. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. Amen.